Welcome to your new home. This is the Players U Podcast. Bringing players together in business, sports, media, and entertainment. Players U. For the players, by the players. By the players. Let's do the damn thing. Here's your hosts, Carthorne and Tyson.
Sir, what's happening? What's happening? Back again. Let me cue the music real quick for it. Hold on. Go ahead and slow that down. What's good, man?
Hey, man. It's been a minute, man. I'm glad we were able to get back together, man. There's been some things, a lot of things going on, man. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Ballard family. They lost their precious mother 2 weeks ago, so I definitely want to shout out to Cody and Sean Ballard and the whole Ballard family, man. Their mom passed away, so been going through a little bit. But just keep them in their prayers and definitely reach out to them if you can. Yeah, definitely want to tell you all about that. But other than that, man, we just been staying locked in. Obviously, basketball season's here. We're in the middle of football season. So we just been maintaining, man. How you been doing?
Before we get started, I'll give my condolences to the Ballard family. You know, rest in peace. That's tough. That's real tough, especially around the holiday season. Yes. But you know, with that said, I've been good, man. You know, we enjoyed a couple weeks for the holidays. You know, players, you've been on the road, been traveling. Been out watching college games, been out hanging out a little bit with our family. But yeah, man, other than that, you know, before we get started, first I wanna, you know, I know you ain't got nothing, but I gotta give a toast to my Buckeyes. You feel me? we done made it into the college football playoff after that dismal performance.
After that debacle.
Man, we didn't get a chance to talk about that Michigan game.
We didn't get a chance to talk about that, man.
Yeah, let's start on that real quick.
Yeah. I just got to say this, man. The Buckeyes offensively just didn't come out with no sense of urgency. And I'm going to say the play calling to the quarterback just didn't play well. They didn't do well. I don't think the calls were ran well, weren't effective at all. CJ Stroud didn't play well to me at all. And just sitting there watching that game, kind of just cringed because you're supposed to be a Heisman finalist, and you don't act like a Heisman finalist. You act like you just a regular quarterback out there that we just picked up and just threw in the game. And this is the game. This is the game.
Yeah, the game.
Come out and play soft. This is what it was. It was soft. Opportunities to run, didn't run. You know, and I just was not happy at that game. I don't think the play calling was aggressive. It was just laid back and laissez-faire. And, hey, we're going to win this game. And it didn't come out like that. And the defense at the end just kind of, you know, Michigan put it to us. Let's call it what it was. Michigan put it to a second half, and they ran it 2 straight times for 60, 75-yard touchdowns. Like, come on, man. That should never happen.
I mean, I think it's safe to say the better team won in that scenario. You know, I don't think they're so much better than Ohio State to where, like, if we played 10 times, they will win 10 times.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it would be split somewhere down the middle or 60-40, either way it go. But Marvin Harrison had a great performance. You know, he played well. He showed why he's one of the best receivers in the nation, if not the best. But yeah, man, my takeaway is this. We was on Jim Harbaugh for a long time when it come to losing the big one. Brian Day, the pressure is on, bro. Like, if you go 3 in a row losing to Michigan, let's just say, and I don't want to jump ahead on the segment, but let's just say, you know, Ohio State plays Michigan in that championship, and then we lose again. Nah, you gotta go. you got, or if next year we lose, like, you can't lose the big game 2, 3, 4 years and expect to keep a job. Not at Ohio State. Michigan, with Harbaugh, you know, he was on a hot seat too.
He was almost gone.
He was almost gone, and then he picked it up. But they got a running quarterback, a dual threat quarterback, I'll say, that helps their system out because you know they can't do it with either a pocket passer or with a guy that only can run. You know, and that's CJ Stroud problem. We've been saying this since the beginning of the year. If he doesn't make plays with his legs, let's just call it 5% of the time, it's going to be hard for us to win games at the highest level. Because, I mean, it's there. It's literally there for him to take.
What do you think that is? Do you think it's just like he's been taught not to run, or is it just like he's afraid to run? What is it? What do you think about that?
You want the DC answer, or you want the
No, I want the DC answer, man.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, and nobody wants to really like think about this, but dude don't want to get hurt, bro. He got a big time future ahead of him. Like realistically, what did Tom Brady do in college?
Not much, because he didn't play a lot.
Do any of us care?
No, we don't.
This is my whole point. If he's going to have a long NFL career and put up numbers and make a lot of money, he could give a damn less about running and sliding and getting that knee injury, like anything. You know what I'm saying? Like he could do it in a smart fashion and get down, but the more you run, statistics show, the more you run, the higher chances of injury a quarterback has. So if you're CJ Stroud, you got to kind of understand, like, hey, he got a chance to get drafted number 1, 2, or this is say top 5
top 5 for sure
in April, and then potentially have a long career. The less hits you take now, the more opportunity you got to play till 40. So nobody gonna really agree with that. They might call it BS, but for me, that's what I say. Because I mean, look at Lamar Jackson. This dude bet on himself, and then he gets hurt today. I don't know if it's going to be serious, but he wasn't necessarily running, but he was trying to take off from a sack. But he takes hits all year. They add up.
Those hits do add up.
They add up, bro. That's my takeaway. What about you?
My thing is, I just think like he just does not want to run. He wants to be a true pocket passer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think obviously he's going to the NFL, so we know that Ryan Day has committed himself to ensuring that he's a pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
But Ryan Day also kind of wants him to run as well. I'm assuming he wants him to run at times, but I think it's CJ mentally does not want to do it, and because of what you just said, because he does not want to get hurt.
I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, it's always that double standard with us black quarterbacks, bro. I mean, with our black quarterbacks, I'll say. Do we ask Derek Carr to run or Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? Never. And they don't run even when it's there. They got to be forced to.
Right.
Just like CJ. CJ will run if he forced. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's bro. Whether we running like Lamar Jackson, or we throwing it like Pat Mahomes or CJ Stroud, it's never enough, bro.
You're right. It's never enough. And CJ is an NFL quarterback. We see because he throws the ball in the tight windows. He does do a great job at that. I give him that.
He's a pocket passer. He's a pinpoint gunslinger, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he going to put the ball on that money most of the time. You give him time, it's going to get there. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to have to do something in the NFL, though, because he's not going to go to the best team, obviously, as we know that.
Yeah, but I mean, NFL, it's up to management to put an offensive line around him.
Yeah, well, you see what happened to Joe Burrow before he got this offensive line.
I mean, everybody want to say, Tom Brady has done it without the best players. Yeah, but look at his offensive line. He got the highest paid offensive line and defensive lines every year back, when he was with New England. So it comes down to the offensive line. If you got a good offensive line, receivers can get open in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it makes a difference when we got Randy Moss or T.O., but, I mean, them two ain't win no championship. So there's other guys getting things done by just getting open at the next level. You know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, like, be real. Look at Pat Mahomes. I mean, he got Travis Kelce, but What top 3 receiver or top 5 receiver does he have outside of Travis?
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill gone. He's still balling.
Still balling.
Like, that's my whole. I mean, if they could put an offensive line around him, he'll have a chance. But I'm not saying he shouldn't run. I think he should. I mean, I think 10 more rushing attempts could be the difference between some games for us. You know what I'm saying, this year.
Yeah, I just, as we're going to talk about it next, so hopefully that he can run in this next playoff game. Hopefully he can run a little bit just to get that first down, because it's going to be wide open for him to run it.
Them Georgia boys is coming, by the way. This ain't the game. It's going to be tough.
But, yeah, they some dogs.
Yeah, we're going
dogs out there.
They some dogs. We're going to go in a different order.
Yeah, that's right.
Something else. We're going to stick on this college football playoff right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which game are you most excited about?
Wow. So, as you can tell, today, it went out today that the playoffs are in, and you got the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs versus number 4 Ohio State, and then you have the number 2 Michigan versus number 3 TCU. Honestly, everybody's looking at that UGA OSU game. That's the game. People kind of probably want that to be the national championship because they've been trying to get OSU and UGA together for the last couple years.
Let's take a step back, man. Are you happy with this seeding?
I'm gonna say this. I kind of wanted to play Michigan to be number 3 because TCU lost, but I understand us playing UGA. And you know how they always disrespect Ohio State. You already know that. They feel like Ohio State loses one time and it's the end of the world, man.
I just don't agree with Ohio State being number 4. At the end of the day, okay, did we get blown out by Michigan? Yeah, we lost by 3 touchdowns or more.
Right.
But it was Michigan, the number 2 team in the nation. It wasn't Kansas State.
Right.
You lose to Kansas State at the biggest stage. Like, come on, what? Kansas State middle with a packed team in the Big Ten?
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. Like, no disrespect to TCU. They did what they're supposed to do. But, like, I just feel like strength of schedule-wise, talent-wise, TCU should have been 4. Georgia should have stayed 1, in my opinion. I mean, Georgia had an argument to be number 2. You know what I'm saying? Because Michigan could have been 1. But I think the matchup should have been Georgia, TCU, Ohio State, Michigan.
Or do you think it should have been, or Alabama should have been involved?
No chance. 2 losses. They best win. Who was their best win? Texas?
Yeah, they played Texas.
Come on, bro. Like, no, they
lost like 8-8 or something like that. Right? 8-3.
They lost to 4-loss LSU. Yeah. What's the second best win? Ole Miss?
It's Ole Miss or somebody else. I can't remember that.
Come on, man. Texas A&M? Like, stop it.
It might have been Texas A&M for sure.
I mean, they lost to LSU in I don't know, who was it? Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah. Lost
to Tennessee and Georgia. I mean, them 2 tough games. But at the same time, 2 losses. You can't put Bama in just because we're used to them being Bama. Yeah. I think the committee got it right this time around. I do think that the seeding should have been different. But what I will say before we go into the matchups, what I will say is it sets up perfect.
Yeah.
If you get an Ohio State, Michigan national championship,
ratings.
Would this be the first time ever?
I believe so.
I would think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like, we never
modern day playoffs, yeah.
We never matched up in a bowl game.
Ever.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like you get Ohio State versus Michigan. I think that's bigger than Georgia versus Alabama.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Those two brand names.
So I mean, they know what they're doing, man. I think the games are going to be exciting. In my opinion, on paper coming into the season, Georgia, Ohio State probably the most talented teams on paper.
Definitely.
Across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like we end up getting the matchup that everybody kind of wanted to get when the season started, the preseason polls. Obviously you think Bama gonna be there, but Bama didn't look dominant to me this year.
Nah, not at all.
They ain't look the same. But what you think about this game, man? Let's start with this Ohio State Georgia game.
It's going to be Ohio State's offense versus Georgia's defense.
Mm.
In Georgia, I know they lost some players on the defensive line, the linebackers, but they're still very talented. Number one, they're aggressive.
Yeah.
And they get after it. And they come every snap. They coming for CJ.
Yeah.
And they talking trash to him.
Yeah. I mean, Georgia got a good running game too. You know,
they just don't have a passing attack that Ohio State has. But they're still aggressive and they're still good. And, and the quarterback, Bennett, he's top-notch quarterback. Let's say what it is.
He's good. I mean, Georgia got a little bit of everything.
He can walk on, won a national championship last year. Now he's right back, so he has the swagger. He has everything he's needed to win again. So he already been there. He noticed, like, I've been doing this all year, and I won a championship. So y'all can't tell me nothing.
Who is this game more important for? Georgia or Ohio State?
Oh, Ohio State, all the way. Definitely Ohio State. Ohio State has to show that they can compete at the highest level with this team. I'm not saying previous team, but with this team right here and the way we got manhandled versus Michigan, we have to show that we can compete at the highest level. Or they're going to be calling for some assistants got to be gone. They're going to be calling for Ryan Day got to be gone. Regardless, we know he's not going to get fired, but I'm just saying that talk is going to continue on. And the coach is going to get fired and let go.
Yeah, I mean,
how you feel about that?
I agree. I mean, definitely, I think Ohio State got more pressure to perform from a standpoint of like this is CJ Stroud. Like he can't come out like he did against Michigan and expect to still be top 5 in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Like they might talk about that. You know, I think Ohio State has defense offensively to compete with anybody in the country. I just don't think that defense is versatile enough to stop the run and stop the pass. You know what I'm saying?
Our cornerbacks too, man. We've been talking about our cornerbacks all season.
It's tough. I mean, yeah, like it's gonna be tough. Like I think Ohio State can get it done, but they're gonna have to score.
Oh yeah, they can't. You can't go field goals. You can't do field goals.
It's gonna be the turnovers, bro. Ohio State gonna have to create extra possessions when Georgia does decide to throw the ball. They're going to have to be flying around and somehow create extra possessions. I mean, our track record against the SEC isn't great, but the teams that we've had that have had success, that quarterback is running and being a dual threat. So, I mean, if we can be completely healthy, get our full receiving core back, you know,
and our running backs too,
we've been hurt. If we can have a healthy team. I like Ohio State's chances, man. Today, we got the best quarterback in the country with weapons. You always got a chance in the high-speed game, like Ohio, like college football.
Facts.
Me personally, I'm going to limb. I mean, I'm biased, but at the same time, like I think you give Ohio State a chance that we haven't had in previous years. We haven't had a chance to redeem ourselves after two losses. We finally got a chance. Let's see if the coaching staff can earn their money. Let's see if CJ has been in the film room, putting in that extra time and being able to read defenses. Let's see if they can come out and catch a team off guard. Like, end of the day, Georgia has had a great season, great strength of schedule. They've never seen a passing attack like ours.
No.
They haven't seen an offense like Ohio State's offense all year. So there's some things to be answered there too. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Georgia is by far the number 1 team in the nation. They will be ready. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough.
It's going to be a dogfight, man. And that's what you want. You want as a competitor, as a fan, you want to see a competitive, hard-hitting game. It gets you excited. It gets you into the game. And it's going to happen. It's just going to happen if they want to win this game. They got to come out some junkyard dogs and fight right back. They're going to get punched. Can you punch back?
Yes. Let's go to Michigan, man. What's your thoughts there?
Michigan. They're going to beat TCU up.
Everybody writing TCU off, man. Everybody.
Nah, TCU, I mean, the quarterback is tough. I ain't going to lie. The quarterback is real tough. But just Michigan just beat you up with that ground attack and them big boys on that offensive line. And they just beat you up, but they do it slow. It's a slow grind. You know, you put them T-shirts up saying slow grind.
Yeah,
that's what it does.
I mean,
slow grind you.
It's gonna be interesting. Like everybody kind of just penciling Michigan into the national championship. End of the day, like Michigan this is a neutral site game. You ain't got nobody traveling to the north. You ain't dealing with no conditions outside. It's gonna be great weather. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be neutral. Ain't gonna be no wind. It's just gonna be like X's and O's, skill. I think TCU has a better chance that people are giving them like a shot. It ain't like Michigan has rolled through everybody and ain't had no tough games all year. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I think TCU gonna put up a good fight. Like I'm saying it now. Don't be surprised if TCU come with a big upset.
Yeah, you might be right, but
I don't think so. But
I don't see it.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if TCU come with a big upset. Like I know Michigan is focused. They're focusing Harbaugh. I mean, at this point, Harbaugh saved the job. He got 2 back-to-back Big Ten championships, 2 back-to-back college playoff appearances. If they could win, go to the championship, cool. Maybe they redeem themselves against Georgia, or it's the Ohio State Michigan rematch. But like, I don't want people to just discredit TCU because they think it's TCU. And we see these things happen time and time again. Somebody thinks that one of these smaller teams can't compete at the high level, and they come out and get a win. I don't think this is what America wants to see. but I mean, because at the end of the day, like if you stop the running game, which is a lot to ask, Michigan's not going to beat you in the air, bro. Not consistently. No, they got talent.
The running quarterback and Donovan Edwards have showed that they can beat you just with those 2 players.
They can, but if you stop them somehow and you force them to throw the ball to win, you got a chance. Which that's a tall task. You know what I'm saying? That's a tall task, but it'll be good nonetheless.
I ask you a question real quick.
Yeah,
we ain't talking about the Heisman. Is CJ still a part of the Heisman, or is he done? Because USC Caleb Williams was supposed to be the next runner-up behind CJ. What happens now?
I mean, I think you still got to go CJ, bro. Like, I mean, you can't take away one game. Doesn't take away what this man did all season.
Yeah,
like CJ. CJ Williams is nice, but we seen him, not have a couple good games. They lost to Utah twice, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like CJ looked bad in maybe 2 games all year. The Northwestern game didn't look good because it was wind. It was crazy wind that day.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then you playing against Michigan in the biggest rivalry game of the year. Yeah, he had a chance to show up, but I mean other than that,
the yardage was there. He just didn't look good, but the yardage was there. He threw the numbers. Just
the
yardage wasn't there.
When it's all said and done, they're gonna look at the stats.
Right.
Period. And the numbers don't lie in this scenario. He's the best quarterback by far. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
that's going to happen before the playoff game. So,
yeah. And I don't think people can call it the system because it's not like he out here a dual threat. This boy is just putting the money on. He's putting the ball on the money.
Definitely not running. So
he ain't running. It ain't like he out here getting 120 yards rushing, 150 yards passing. Like he ain't doing that. He just slinging the ball everywhere. And for him to have the best receiver in the nation hurt all year, and he basically raised Marvin Harrison's draft stock. And because he's so good as a passer, it doesn't matter who we have running the ball now.
You're right.
That's why I think, I mean, you gotta still give it to him. I mean, it ain't like he had this performance against Penn State. Like this was Michigan.
Right, absolutely.
You feel me? But yeah, so we'll leave it there, man. We're excited to see what these New Year's Day games is gonna be looking like to end the year out.
Nah, that's gonna be December 31st.
December 31st for these games. We'll see. Maybe players you make an appearance.
Maybe.
We'll see. We don't know. See if we get some favors.
Right.
Get some favors called in. But yeah, man, look, this next one, I know you're real excited about. We gotta talk about our guy, prime time Deion Sanders, man. Accepting a new head coaching job at Colorado. He's now in the Pac-12. Reportedly from Sports Illustrated, the deal is worth $5 million per year with heavy incentive loaded contract, he can make up to 40% more on this deal. Whoo! What's your thoughts, man? Let's talk about Deion, bro.
Let's talk about Deion. All right. Y'all know in Tyson's Corner, I mentioned this. I mentioned that possibly Deion could be heading to a Power 5 conference. And I had mixed reviews because I was like, man, I would love for him to stay home, stay and guide his people, guide the historical Black college universities to the next level. But at the end of the day, y'all, we all know money talks. And he can just do something so much more bigger at a Power 5 university, in which he's going to do it. I just love his swag. Deion, like I said before, Deion has always been Deion. That's what makes Deion so great. He's always been himself. And he knows how to motivate, encourage, and take players and teams to a whole nother level. So Colorado Buffaloes, you did a great job of seeking out Deion Sanders, because you about to get a man that's you about to turn that state, that university is about to go crazy, man. Y'all should be in love with Deion coming that way. How do you feel?
Man, first of all, I'm happy for Deion, bro, and Shedeur Sanders, you know what I'm saying, getting the opportunity to go at the highest level. We talked about this earlier in the spring when we first started Players U. Like, if you make the playing field even for him, where would he rank as far as top coaches in college football? Like, for me, I'm a big believer in, like, former players coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially while they're still young. You know what I'm saying? Like, Deion young, bro. He could relate. He got kids that play. I think it's going to be big. I mean, like, right now in Colorado, bro, like, this is something that people don't know. Colorado Buffaloes is in Boulder, Colorado, which is basically a suburb of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So Colorado is probably 30 minutes from my house, and I'm living in, like, South Denver. So he has the whole state of Colorado. He's going to be able to recruit California. He's going to be able to recruit the Midwest. He's going to be able to recruit the South because he was just in Jackson. And I don't know what their recruiting budget is, but if they are willing to give him $5 million a year on a salary, they better be willing to open up that recruiting check. Because one thing about Deion I think is going to be interesting for universities is, like, his tactics are different, bro, than they used to. Like, at Jackson State, he could do what he wanted because they needed him to do all that. He was saying certain things. He brought real Black culture because it was a Black college. I personally want to see. How can I say this? how can I say this? I want to see how corporate America is going to accept.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
You feel me? I want to see, is he going to be able to be himself at a state university that's not a Black HBCU?
Right. Are they going to allow him to do that?
And I live in Colorado, bro. Like, I love it here. I love Denver. This signing, him coming, Russell Wilson coming, the Waltons buying the Broncos, Jokic being back-to-back MVP. Like, Denver is buzzing right now, but no shade, no disrespect. I'm not saying nothing that ain't statistically shown, but the Black population in Denver and Colorado as a whole is not like you in Jackson, Mississippi, or Los Angeles or Chicago. It's a little bit different. Now, there is it's a small urban community here. There are very successful African-American men and women here, but it's going to be different. The brass and the true longtime supporters of Colorado don't really probably know what they getting in Deion. They know prime time.
Right.
But Deion, he was able to show who he is a little bit more down there. So I'm just interested to see, like, I know he's going to be able to recruit. I know he's going to get top talent.
Oh, yeah.
We know he can coach. But are they going to be okay with the social media side of Deion with the way he carries himself from our culture is being shown, bro, at the highest level. You get where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, I definitely get what you're coming from what I do think is this: those border regents, they had a meeting, probably about 12 total men and women.
Gotta give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, they going like, do we really want this man to come over here and start showing up and doing all this extraness?
They got no choice. 1-12.
And they like, this is Deion Sanders, right? You know that, right? Like he's a Hall of Famer.
1-12.
You want to continue to stay 1-12 when we can get somebody who can come in here and recruit and take us to another level?
Yeah.
You know what it's going to bring to this university? Just the respect that players are going to have for this man, and they're going to play so hard for this man. Yeah, we need Deion Sanders right now.
Yeah.
And that's why they said, let's get him then.
I'll say this too. Like, I didn't know much about Boulder before I moved out here. Boulder, one of my favorite, it's one of the most beautiful areas of Colorado to me. I'm in Boulder all the time. So I go over there, great view of the mountains, good area to be. Denver, I mean, come on, bro. You got the backdrop of Denver. Deion probably going to live in Denver, knowing him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if kids from Ohio that don't go to Ohio State and don't go to Michigan that can really play start getting recruited by, like, prime time, you're going to be able to pull kids from these top states. You feel me? Because you got budget now. And you actually, like, you're not deciding to say no to Ohio State to go to the FBS school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, now you're going to the big time. You feel me? You're going to the Pac-12. I mean, and with Ohio, with USC and UCLA leaving.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
People forget about this part, bro. Like,
dang, I forgot about that.
Who going to be the favorite? You got to think if Deion can recruit 2-3 years from now.
Yeah, Utah, Colorado. Yeah, you're right.
And you know he's about to bring that dual threat guy he got down there.
He got his son coming, right? His son coming with him.
Of course. They both going to come. Then you got Travis coming.
I forgot about Travis Hunter.
Bro, you got Travis. He definitely going to come. And if he could, man, come on, bro. Like, give Deion Sanders 3 years. They'd be Pac-12 champs.
Because I've heard they've been telling all the transfers that's in the transfer portal. Come on.
I mean, why would you not want to play for Deion?
Come on. Yeah, I'm playing for Deion. I ain't gonna lie.
That's like playing for, man, I can't really give it a basketball comparison to who Deion is. It ain't really no Deion in basketball.
There ain't no real Deion.
But that's like Allen Iverson, bro. If AI was to go coach at Georgetown.
Yeah.
All the top hoopers, bro. You're gonna go play for AI. Because you know you're gonna put a hell of a staff together. And then you got AI himself. You could be yourself with AI. And you can see everything. You feel me? Even where he might lack an organization, he gonna gain the other areas, and you're gonna have a top flight assistant that's gonna be able to pull it all. That's what Deion gonna do. Deion now gonna be able to hire even better assistant coaches, or bring them guys from Jackson State with them. Maybe, you know, I'm interested to see who's gonna be the head coach of Jackson State next. I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be exciting. Maybe one of the interim, the associate head coach or something should get an opportunity, but
it'd be. But I also know that some coaches in the black college realm are going to be going with Deion. I was on the HBCU level that he's going to bring over too.
Hugh Jackson,
I don't know how many. I'm just saying I've heard some. I don't know any names, but I just heard maybe a couple might come with him.
Stuff like this gives me hope, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Stuff like this gives me hope that, I mean, it's hard because it's hard to be. Deion was great at everything. He's never not done like great things. He never not been successful. But it gives me hope that like you can be yourself, really care, do your thing, and not confined to, you know, the way they want you to act or be, and then go be successful at the highest level.
What they gonna do the first time that Deion turn music up and he out there dancing on the field?
Winning cures all. As long as you winning, bro, they
with it, right?
But I live in Colorado, bro. They not used to that culture yet. But what it's going to do here, I feel like just from a city standpoint, it's going to bring more culture to the city that like may not exist. Like, I've been all over the world. I'm 22 countries and counting now. All the major joints. Denver, one of my favorite cities in the world. Living in Colorado as a whole is one of my favorite states because you can do, you can kick it in the city. Got the nightlife is cool. The daytime vibes is great. Sunshine every day. People don't know that. The wintertime ain't that bad. Then you could go an hour up in the mountains, get winter wonderland. You feel me? You can get what you want. You can fly out of Denver International Airport and go anywhere direct. You got 5 pro sports teams. Now you add Colorado Buffaloes football with Deion Sanders to that. All I'm saying is, like, with all of that, one thing is missing is like a true urban community that represents us.
Mm-hmm.
And Deion gonna bring a little bit of that sauce with him. You feel me? And they're gonna have to build up more infrastructure because the money gonna come. Let's just say he here 5 years. Money's gonna come, bro. NIL deals is gonna come. All this different stuff is gonna come. Price of houses in Boulder, they're going up. Like, I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I don't know. We're gonna see, but it's gonna take a couple years. I hope they don't put too much pressure on him right away.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take some years, but we finally got someone that's been a Hall of Famer at his level, and he's still young to be that head coach, man. So we're thank you, Colorado Buffaloes. Thank you.
Zach Smith, you were wrong, by the way.
What did he say?
He ain't going to Nebraska.
Oh,
remember that? He ain't going to Nebraska. But the Buffaloes, I mean, thank God for NIL, because Deion about to be getting them boys paid. It's coming, man. I was talking to somebody the other day about this. This was like on Friday. No, this might have been before Friday. This was probably Monday or Tuesday. And we were talking about Deion potentially going to the Buffaloes. And they were just like, well, my biggest thing is they're going to have to get used to Deion's tactics when it comes to recruiting. If he was getting it done before.
Oh, yeah.
And now he about to be recruiting heads up with Alabama.
Oh, yeah. Ohio
State, USC, LSU.
Cool, Travis Hunter, the number 1 player in the country.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
State.
Jackson. So now you're going to have facilities and money. It's going to be some it's going to be a lot of money being thrown around. And Deion ain't the one. I'm just saying, we know what everybody do. You know what I'm saying? Just protect yourself at all times, prime time. Just do that. Protect yourself at all times, because it's about to get real ugly out here in this recruiting game because they don't want to see you win, bro.
That's hard.
He did the best thing by going to the Pac-12.
Yeah.
To the West Coast, where there's nobody else. If he goes to Nebraska, you got Ohio State and Michigan. Is it really that hard for a kid not to be USC and Colorado?
It's not, especially with them leaving. UCLA, USC leaving.
All right, let's take that out. Is the Pac-12 adding teams?
I haven't heard anything yet officially, so I don't know.
All right, so who's the next best team after USC and?
You got to say Oregon, right?
Utah and Oregon.
Yeah, Utah and Oregon.
He's still in recruits, bro. They're not going. Why would you go to Utah when you could go live in Boulder, basically Denver, and play for prime time?
Yeah, I'm going to prime time.
Bro, gotta go just see what it's about. Oregon gonna get recruits, but it's like that Utah love. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. But hopefully they
imagine getting that call. Hey, this is Deion Sanders, man. I'm just checking up on. Hey, what?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I'm in college and he calls me and I got a chance to play and get minutes or fight for minutes, I don't know how I tell him no, bro. Like, even let's just take football out of it. He's a leader. the amount of information and leadership qualities and qualities of highly successful people that you get from being around him on a daily basis is gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. And you saw him succeed at every level. So there's no guessing if the information is right. And the man of God too.
Yep.
I mean, and in our community where a lot of these African American athletes are coming from, they don't have a lot. Like sometimes they don't have like fathers in the home. For whatever reason, did Deion almost become that father figure in a sense? The other coaches on stat, like, that's hard to say no, bro.
Yeah, that's very hard to say.
That's very hard. But yeah, man, shout out to Prime Time. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely players. You definitely in the building next fall. Definitely in the building next fall for the Buffaloes game. Ren, you come through. We look at as soon as they release, we grabbing a couple of them just for the early season game too. I don't want to wait till late.
Yeah, gotta be early.
September, you feel me? But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about this next one.
All right. Y'all know our Browns fans out here, man. We had Dashaun Watson had his 11-game suspension. He came back today versus the Houston Texans, his former team. And Browns won the game, but it was solely due to our defense.
Defense and running game.
Yeah, defense and running game. A lot of a lot of interception. Not intercept. Well, yeah, we had a couple. We had two interceptions. Well, we had one interception in the fumble recovery. And what's his name? Number 11. I forgot my guy's name. Dominant Peoples ran it back 75 yards for a punt return. And Dashaun Watson just looked average. He looked average today. It is what it is. He been off for how long? Almost 2 years, a year and a half. And he came back and he was throwing the ball low, missing a lot of guys. I mean, he made a couple passes, but at the end of the day, Dashaun Watson was average. But we did get the victory. The defense helped him out. Special teams helped him out today. And that's what you got to do when a guy's coming back who hasn't played in over 16, 17 months away. I mean, him also still dealing with situations that he had to deal with mentally, internally.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just happy. I was happy that he came back. He's gonna get better. I did see him run the ball. I was like, okay, that's the old Dashaun Watson right there. But we got a lot, got a lot of work to do to get to the, to get to the playoffs. But how do you feel about this, man? Dashaun is back, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and sip me one first.
There he go.
I gotta do that, bro, because of this. I told you a few months ago. I told you, and we could rewind the tape. We could pull the footage. Dashaun Watson is an average quarterback in this league. Oh, everybody gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. We gotta look at the numbers, bro. He's lost more than he's won. Quarterback. All right, I'm gonna ask you this question. What is the number one stat a quarterback is judged by?
Their passing efficiency.
You think that's number one?
Or total yardage? What else is it?
Let's call that one.
Or touchdowns. You said touchdowns, right?
I'm gonna go a step further. My quarterbacks and my point guards is defined by two things: wins and losses, bro.
Yes, got you.
Is that fair to say? That's the most important thing. I don't care if my quarterback giving me Joe Flacco numbers. If we won a Super Bowl, we won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Dashaun Watson's not like a winner like that. Like, yeah, in college, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't expect him to come out and dominate. Like, what do y'all expect? I expect 12 and 22 and one interception. Maybe a touchdown. Maybe two.
You expect that?
I expect him to be, out of 30 starting quarterbacks, I expect him to be anywhere between 17 to 22. Argue with me about that, social media world. I expect him to be anywhere between number 17 to number 22. Now, his contract doesn't say so. His contract says I'm better than Lamar Jackson.
Can I give you these stats real quick?
I want the stats.
All right.
Because this ain't an opinion. This is all stats. So I'm talking.
This is all stats right now. So we're just going to start from 2017 to today.
Okay.
2017, obviously with Houston. He went for 1,699 yards, 19 TDs, 8 interceptions. Okay?
Solid.
103 rating. 2018, he went for 4,165 yards, 26 TDs, 9 interceptions, another 103 rating.
Not bad.
2019, he went for 3,852 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 12 INTs, 98 rating.
Okay.
2020, it's the last time he played. 4,823 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 INTs for a 112.4 rating. That was his best year ever.
What was their record over the course of these? How many years is this? 4 or 5 years?
This is 3-4 years, yeah.
4 years. What's the record?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm about to pull it up right now.
This
So he's 28 and 26.
2 games over 500.
2 games over 500.
28 and 26. And that's including today.
28, 26.
Including today. This is what I'm trying to say. Now, that's what's who's somebody we got to compare him to? Let's pull up Russell Wilson's record.
Yeah, pull his up.
His career. Pull it up for me.
Russell
Wilson's all-time career record.
All right.
Passer rating, all that. We know he sucks this year, but whatever.
He's bad.
He's bad right now.
All right.
And the reason we say this, why you looking that up, is like,
but he's played since 2012 compared to 2017.
28 and 26 is 28 and 26. You know what I'm saying? What's Russell's record? If it ain't 2 games over 500 or 5 games over 500,
he is 107 to 57 and 1.
That's including this year and last year terrible seasons from Russ. That's what I'm trying to say. And Russ is like,
but he started 2012. So of course he's gonna have a lot more. But I understand what you're saying now.
What I'm saying is, if you give Dashaun Watson 5 more years in his career, how many games do he got to win versus losing to equal Russell Wilson's winning percentage?
He needs a lot more years.
This is my point. He will need 5 seasons of going like 14-3.
But who has had the better team the whole time?
I mean, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair. Russell Wilson ain't never had DeAndre Hopkins, bro.
No, but he has had some good.
He had Metcalf for the past couple years. That was about it. Name another one.
I don't know, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He has good defense. I mean, it is to be said. Seattle is a lot better organization than Houston.
Right.
You're going to get on me on top of this. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is I think Dashaun Watson is a hell of a talent. I think he's very good.
Yeah.
But I don't
think he's an average quarterback. Essentially, that's what you're saying.
I don't think he's top 10.
Okay.
I would take 10 quarterbacks before I take Dashaun.
Damn. Dashaun, you got some work to do, man.
I mean, he got some work to do. I mean, 12 for 22 after a long time off and all the nonsense going on. Yeah, I get it. You got a great running game.
Right.
You got a solid receiving core. You know what I'm saying? Solid. You got a great defense.
Offensive line is good.
You got everything you need to take the Browns to the playoff over the next 3 seasons. I'm not even putting no pressure on. I said next 3 seasons.
Yeah, you did give him some time.
I ain't talking wild card. I'm talking
straight playoffs.
We win the division and we in the playoffs. So that means if Baltimore ain't stupid They keep Lamar Jackson.
You know they're gonna pay him. They still ain't paid him yet.
I don't know because of exactly what I said. Lamar Jackson. And this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say this is players' use opinion. This is Darren Cross. This is my opinion. This is DC's opinion. Dashaun Jackson, because of your playing style, you got to take the first offer, that $100-something million guaranteed, and then let the other 100 incentive latent. Because you get hurt today because of your playing style.
Are you talking about Lamar? Lamar Jackson?
Lamar. If you tear an AC or anything happens, that gives Baltimore the right and the easy decision to pay you even less guaranteed money.
Yeah, you're right.
So the reason I'm saying that is like, I mean, they pay you and they pay you $100 million. They gotta protect you. No different than with Cleveland can't even pay much money. They gotta see through the trouble. At this point, you got, even if you don't agree with it, you gotta just go ahead and deal with it or take a $200 million loss. Nobody want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So with Lamar, if they can keep Lamar over there, because what might happen if let's just say he has a bad injury because his playing style, somebody else will offer Lamar max.
Oh, for sure.
Even off an injury. Why wouldn't Carolina throw money to him?
Easy.
Why wouldn't Denver? Why wouldn't Green Bay and let Aaron Rodgers? Why? It's so much stuff you could do. Like but nonetheless, if you an elite quarterback, Dashaun, you got to beat other elite quarterbacks, and you got to win the division. Steelers ain't here no more. You, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson, you ain't better than either one of them right now. That's all. That's my whole point. That's all I'm trying to say. It's like in his division, he's the third best quarterback.
We'll say that. That's facts.
So I don't know. You know, I ain't trying to. You know me. I love support our African American athletes. Which this ain't me not you, but it's just like 12-22, 1 interception first game back. You got to win. So, hey, you won. Jacoby might have lost his game. And Jacoby is solid. I like Jacoby. He's a solid backup. One of the best backups. He should get started up again.
Yeah, he's solid. For sure.
But yeah, man, I mean to go on a rant. Dashaun, you know, we love you in Cleveland at the same time. You got to win, bro. We gave you the bread, and you got a good team.
Yeah, we gave you $230 million guarantee. Let's get it going, Dashaun. Let's go, man.
I don't know if you can play. I mean, I'll give him this year. This year's a wash. It's done. If you made it to the playoffs, if Lamar might be hurt, bro. If he can somehow beat out Joe Burrow, that's gonna be hard.
We got the Bengals next week too.
Ooh, you gotta win these type of games, bro. These type of games you gotta win if you want to be elite.
Oh yeah.
Bengals probably gonna get the Chiefs today.
They playing right now, probably.
Playing right now. Yeah, they're probably gonna get the Chiefs, but we're gonna see. But yeah, man. Now this was a good episode. I'm glad we got back on, got things going. Pretty exciting stuff coming. You know what I'm saying? Any announcements, bro?
Announcements right now, man. We just staying locked in. The season's going well. We're 3-1 right now. We got a big game on Friday versus a new opponent that's kind of big in the City League North Centennial. So we're gonna get after it all week of practice. Hopefully get this victory.
What's up, man? Stay locked in. Keep it going. You feel me? I want one thing I'm gonna talk about next episode. Hold me to it. I want to talk about this overseas basketball a little bit. You know, I got something coming up soon for I'm doing a webinar with Connor Barber here soon with some high school kids about setting themselves up for success as professional athletes.
Right.
Because sometimes we guys wait till the last minute to think about their future, and we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. Like Deion Sanders ain't waiting until the last game of season to decide if he's going to go to Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Coming into the year, what his goal was. Push these boys, go undefeated, I get me a BCS job.
He got the job before he went to the SWAC title game.
So they was talking about it when Colorado was 0-4.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. Nah, other than that, it's been a good.
Last thing I just wanted to say, man, everybody out there, the world you see is created by what you focus on. It is never too late to adjust your lens. Remember that.
Say that again, bro.
The world you see is created by what you focus on. It is never too late to adjust your lens. That's Players U for you.
Love it. Players U. We out.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Players U podcast. For the players, by the players. Carthorne is an ex-overseas pro basketball player and manager. And Tyson is a trainer, coach, and sports management league developer. So you might say they're qualified to talk about it. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had a blast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at Players U Media. That's Players, the letter U, Media. Y'all be cool. See you next time.